It was the eviction that shocked the whole country, including the evictee herself. Nobody spared it. They call me Chewy Chew for BBNaija. And let's go have a conversation with Maria. Hello, Maria.
I have no spirit.
I have no spirit. Would you like to drink some spirits?
No, I want to die. I'm so tired. Hi, how are you?
My name's
Sorry,
Chewy.
I'm usually better than
It's
this.
okay.
I'm
It's
like
okay.
so tired. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you in person.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna start in a bit, like
Okay.
whenever you're
I'm ready. I'm just
good.
Yeah. Just so sleepy. That's all.
It's been crazy, right?
Yeah.
I know.
It's okay.
I know. Like I try to imagine myself in you guys' shoes, like all them crazy rounds and.
Well, we asked for it, don't we? So.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. You asked for it. It's. Did you envisage all of this coming out of the house, like the media rounds, the
When I was
attention,
in the house?
before
Or
you
ever?
even went into the house?
So.
Is this something you feel like you were ready for?
I'm actually very new to Big Brother Naija. Like, I think it was just last year when lockdown happened, I was just watching the whole show and everything. And I did have a WhatsApp group chat with some girls I did go to secondary school with here in Nigeria. And, you know, they were like, oh my God, you should actually go on it. I was like, no, never, you know, because I didn't know much about the show. So, you know, they gave me a little bit of insight about the show and stuff. So I just randomly just applied this year. I'm not even going to lie to you. And I got in. So all of these things that happened, I had no clue that. So obviously in the house, I was asking them, I was like, oh my God, like, so the first day we go out, we can just do whatever we want? They're like, what? No, they're going to kidnap you for a whole week and they're going to do media runs. I was like, what media? They're like, you know, they need to put you out there in the radio stations and
The
stuff.
price
Like,
of fame.
yeah. So all of this is brand new. I didn't know about all of this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my bad.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Like, it's something a lot of people they think they're ready for, but then
But
when it happens, it's just
You're right.
it's just not-
Overwhelming.
yeah, but yo, the eviction that shocked the nation.
It's okay. It's
Like-
fine.
Have you seen the videos of people crying?
No.
Yeah,
Seriously.
they were crying. Maria's evicted. Like it was.
Oh no. Oh, bless their souls. No, I haven't actually seen it
Yeah.
or heard of it.
I saw videos of women crying
No way.
that you were evicted. You know,
I
obviously
haven't
people
actually
was-
really gone on my social media or blogs or whatever is going on. I've just been like not too busy, but it's just one thing here or the other.
I mean, it wasn't. You clearly weren't ready for this eviction.
No,
but
no,
now
100%.
you've had some time to.
Yeah, I'm really over
Process.
it. I feel like it actually might have actually happened for a reason as well. So I felt like if it didn't happen, maybe worse things would have happened to me in the house, because it started becoming like things were against me as of like 2 weeks ago. So I'm just glad it's just. I just full of faith. Like I just believe whatever happens to me was meant to happen to me. So I'm okay with it.
I like the way you think about it.
Yeah.
Let me put you right to the
Sorry.
side. There we go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So do you feel like at some point in time you were losing control of yourself in the house, like because you feel like you said seemed like everything was working against you?
Yeah.
Some people felt that you were kind of set up when you were the head of house and having to nominate people up for eviction. They feel like it kind of set you up for.
In the house, maybe yes, but I guess coming out to the public now, they actually, actually appreciated how I handled it, or how well I played Biggie's little secret helper. But in the house, I mean, regardless of whether it came out still towards the end as like a joke, like no one was leaving, not everyone would perceive it that way. They would probably think, what's going on with this girl? First the wild card, now this, who is she in the show? Like, why? But all of this actually in real life it was just coincidence, like 100% coincidence. That I won head of house that day was just such a coincidence, because I've come to realize, because prior to all of this, I used to think, oh, maybe some parts of Big Brother Naija was scripted, but it's actually not. So all of this happening weekly was decided, like, obviously months ago before we actually were chosen. So that week, they were meant to play whatever they played, and it just happened so that I was head of house. So in the house, it didn't help me, because I think they started thinking, this girl's just scaling and scaling. First it was wild card, then Perry became head of house, didn't you know, there's no point to nominate. Then I became head of house and had my powers to evict people. So yes, or I may be wrong, because apparently I've been wrong about so many things. I might be wrong, but we're only human, and I don't know if I was in their shoes how I would feel about me as a person. So I don't know how to feel.
Okay, so take me back to the house, you know. What would you say were your best moments? Looking back, tell me about your best moments. Let's start with that.
My best moments, mostly the tasks that we did. The one that we did for Super Commando, the one that we, mental health awareness, that one. Every day, actually. I'm not even, this is not me capping, I promise you. Even when Biggie punished me and I was dying of sleep, and because I couldn't sleep and I was drinking Super Commando, like, everything was my best moment. Like, I enjoyed the whole house, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't, I had fun. Even when it seemed like I wasn't having fun and I was upset, because I did have, you know,
Your
series
highs and
of,
lows.
yeah, it's all part of it. Everything was my best moment, I think.
So overall, what would you say your experience was?
Fantastic. No, I'm not supposed to swear. Fantastic. It was such a great.
You do it again?
I mean, I'm not allowed to, but
If there was the chance,
oh my
you
God,
would do it again?
I will do it again, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now, like at the house, right? You and White Money, you guys were started pretty close, and then her came into the picture and stuff changed. Why do you think that happened?
Okay, I would ask this again. I don't actually know if people were really watching the same show that I was in. I was cool with everyone in the beginning, not anybody so much more in particular, but obviously even that first week, Perry was shooting his shot and, like, you know, making it known, I like you, I like you, I like you a lot. So, and me and White were vibing the same way. I was getting to know every other, because it was the first week and stuff.
Yeah.
So Perry didn't come into the picture to change stuff, even with Perry having to, you know, try and talk to me about the whole kitchen arrangement and stuff like that. I literally was already seeing stuff for myself. And, you know, when then Perry mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I actually thought about that already, because it was just logical, and it wasn't coming from a bitter place for White, because apparently I'm so bitter about him out there, that's what people think. But it wasn't coming from a place of bitterness. It was just like, you know, if he, God forbid, did leave early or something happened, you know, he had to leave for other reasons other than eviction or nomination, you know, got anything, how would we cope? We didn't know the kitchen, we didn't know anything, and we're all full-grown adults. And I just wanted us to at least try to take part in, like, cooking, rather than him morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, dinner, and
I wouldn't complain.
And he wasn't complaining,
Yeah,
but I needed us not to depend on him. It's also a game, and I even said that in front of him as well, rather than behind him.
So you think it was a strategy?
I don't know. I mean, those were Perry's words, and, you know, when he was saying it to people, I said, yeah, maybe it is a strategy. Perry thinks it's a strategy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. These were actually my exact words. I said my own thing is, it's a game, and we should just, like, focus and should not depend on anyone. No one should even depend on me for, let's say I was doing certain things, or, like, let's say Saga, who was the trainer every morning at the gym, just learn what he's doing for now in case he leaves and you have to train at the gym, you know, like, don't depend on anyone. But they didn't see, and for us not to depend on him, we had to be able to work in the kitchen and know the kitchen, and a lot of us had issues of cooking for multiple, you know, like in bulk. So just learn, and, like, that was literally all the point I was trying to make, but I think it just got misunderstood.
I just want to say I'd love to depend on you. Can I do that?
Please do. No, don't. Please do, yeah.
Okay, now you mentioned having to, like, it seems one of the things you've picked up since you've been out is that you seem to feel like you've been very misunderstood, because we don't see everything. There's only so much
Oh my God, thank you.
the camera show us at once. So right here, right now, talk to me. What do you think, what are the things you feel like people have misunderstood? Like, set the record straight with me.
Mostly three things that are obviously very obvious. One's that me and Perry have a thing, and that I was always chasing back at him. I don't know how this is actually happening, because Perry was quite, you know, I wouldn't use the term persuasive, but he was kind of full on.
Persistent.
Yeah, all the time. And I had to bring in, because I went into the house saying I was single, because that was just not a strategy, but I wanted to be fun. Not really, no. But yeah, so like it wasn't a strategy, it wasn't anything. I just didn't want to seem boring, and I didn't know the criteria for choosing. Yes, everything I told them about myself was true, but like I just wanted to, and prior to this I was a private person anyway, so I didn't want to be asked anything about my relationship, or so I left that aside. But when this, you know, Perry's constant, persistent or whatever kept coming up, I was like, dude, because he was asking a lot, you know, don't you really like me? I was like, that's not the thing. I actually have a thing outside the house, and we're just never going to work. But that still didn't even stop him. But so that's one. We didn't have a thing. I thought we had a good friendship, but obviously I'm coming out the house and I'm hearing otherwise and seeing otherwise. But that's okay. We're all human beings and we're prone to mistakes. But that's just bygone to bygone. I wish him luck, and that's basically just what it is. Secondly, the first day I came out the show, we were not giving our phones, and I was watching TV, and it was Big Brother Naija, because I wanted to see what was happening in the house. Or anyway, and you know, they have this little trending writings from, I don't know if it's Twitter or
the
Facebook.
scroll bars, yeah, from social media.
So, you know, I had a lot of negative comments about myself. I read a lot of negative comments about myself, and a few positives.
How did that make you feel?
Well, this is what I'm trying to address. Like, obviously, they did speak on, oh, you know, you think you was something. Oh, this is how people should learn a lesson from Maria. They should teach others a lesson. You can't belittle people because you think you've lived life, or like you think you're better than people. And I don't think I ever portrayed that in the house. I stand corrected, but it's not in my personality. And if I ever did, I'm human and I do apologize, but I don't ever even think I ever portrayed that I was better than Queen, because they were always regarding her like I belittled her and I looked down on her. And I just think, what show were they watching? Like, was it the same show I was on? Because
there was also the thing with Angel as well.
Yeah. Okay, so those were not even mentioned. So I found out about all of this after I was given my phone yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. But yeah, so the first thing is like, you know, the whole Queen situation, claiming that I belittled her and stuff. If they really watched the show that I was on, Angel, the 2 times we had arguments, was the person who came at me. Like, if whatever was scripted or however the cameras moved around, or that's not on me. And like, people around the house, even after the whole fight had happened the first time, you know, I explained stuff, and I said, and the people that were around me were like, yeah, you know, Angel came to her saying, I need to talk to you, and I was talking to KV. I just sound like a broken record. God.
Hey, it's a chance to set the record straight. Like, we all get misunderstood. And don't we wish we had that? So yeah, please talk to me.
So, you know, I was talking to KV because we were supposed to get to know each other, because they came new, and I kept putting that aside. Every time he was speaking to me during the week, I'm like, oh babe, not now, I'm sleepy. Oh babe, not this. So that particular time after whatever, I think Ebuka had gone off screen, I said, yeah, why not? We can have this conversation now. We were having this conversation. Immediately we started, and Queen had come over to me and said, sorry Maria, I need to talk to you now. I was like, okay babe, like, can we do this later? Like, I literally just started talking to KV, and she was like, no, actually I need to talk to you now. And so I looked at her, because that's like demanding. I said, is everything okay? She was like, no. So I laughed over it. I was like, okay. So I said to KV, do you mind? I'm literally going to talk to you later. He was like, yeah, that's fine. Walked over to her, because she was closer to the kitchen from the couch. Walked over to her, and I said, yeah, what's up? And she just started shouting at me, don't you, and like yelling at me. So I was like, no, we're not having a conversation. I said, if you want to talk to me, calm. She said, no, I'm not. Why would you think, is it because you're dating Perry, or you and Perry have a thing that you would think I can't know him because he's been here for 2 days? I just walked away, because I am also human. You haven't called me out of a conversation, and I respected you enough to come and walk to you to talk to you. And now, you know, you're attacking me. Talk to me like a normal human being so I can explain myself. If I've offended you, I'd explain, because we don't know each other. You've only been here 2 days. So maybe the people in the house who have gotten to know what I'm like, and I've gotten to know what they're like, would understand. We would understand each other, but me and her didn't have that chance to, because she's only been here 2 days. So if it's something I said wrong, you're an adult, address it differently. But if you're going to shout in my face and you think I'm just going to stand and look at you and watch you shout for me to shout back, or for me to, it wasn't going to happen.
And that's not you naturally.
No, but this is how you provoke people. So obviously I walked out the situation, but she carried on so aggressively, and I'm sure her fans, they watched it, so I don't know why everyone's attacking me. Yeah, she still came over to the couch because I walked away and went back to where I was sat. And so I started shouting because I'm human. I was like, dude, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Like, you know, we went back and forth, said things, and that was it. And I was dragged that I belittled her or whatever, because I think my statement I made was, oh, I don't blame you because I actually got up to come and talk to you. Why should I be dragged to that? I actually really did get up to come and talk to her. I didn't have to. You know, I was talking to someone else. So I respected you enough to actually walk away from my conversation to come and answer you because you were so demanding, only for you to shout at my face. So there's a lot of, you know, misunderstanding. And then the second time we had the same altercation, I was speaking to Michael with the whole White and Perry situation. I was against Perry. I thought Perry was completely wrong. And I come outside to speak to White, but everyone was, you know, shouting, and Michael was saying, Maria, you should go and speak to Biggie. You can't let this happen like this. This is belittling, and like this is purely like bullying and stuff. So I'm listening to him. She's shouting at me as well because she was on the bed, but knelt down and facing me and said, no, Maria, this is whatever she was saying, like unacceptable. But I'm listening to Michael voice out his opinion, but Michael was talking to me like, no, Maria, you have to go and tell. But she was like, Maria, what do you... So I was explaining to Michael, like, I can't do anything. Like, I can't just walk into the diary room without being called. And even if I was called, I can't just start saying, oh, Biggie, by the way, Biggie has to ask you a question. And when he then asks you, do you have anything? That's when you can only address yourself to Biggie. Like, else you can't just start ranting rubbish. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if you've ever been to the diary, and this was what I was trying to explain, and she kept shouting. So I looked at her, I said, what do you mean? I said, there's nothing I can do. And she said, no, don't give me that BS. Like, of course you can do something, you just don't want to do it. I am human. And I've had such a stressful week, like, what do you want me to do? So we started. So when they say I have a thing for her, or I'm always coming for her, it's so demeaning, because why should I? She's who she is in her own way. I am who I am. We're just two different people, and I want her to eat her bread and, you know, do whatever she's doing, and I just want to do me. Like, I don't see Queen, and I'm so indifferent. Like,
you see yourselves having a relationship outside the house?
After all this trolling, and no, I want peace. Not really. And it's not because I'm trying to create hate. It didn't happen in the house. I mean, I would like to clarify it and sort it out, but what would be the point? Like, her fans have already, it's over and done with. I'm just clarifying things out here, but for me, whatever happened in the house is over and done with, and I never want to revisit it. I know we're going to in the reunion, but like, I'll probably be a different person and ignore everyone in the reunion, but like, I just don't want to keep going back and forth. It's boring, like completely boring, so.
Yeah, so there were other things.
And the third one was Angel.
Angel.
Yeah, yes. So Angel's situation, and this is it, I've been having a series of interviews, and it's just not fair on her to keep saying the same exact words. But anyway, those things out there about Angel that we went to the executive lounge to talk about as girls, we didn't do that. A couple weeks or maybe days ago, whatever, we played a game, and Michael was asked who is called a whisper game, and we even got punished for that. Michael was asked, which of the girls here do you think has, you know, a smelly whatever it's out there? And Michael, and how it happens is, whatever the answer to whatever you got asked, you go to that person that you think is the answer to that question. So he went over to Angel and asked her a different question. You know, he's not going to tell her that. But if someone else in the game wants to know what Michael was asked and why the answer was Angel, they had to drink. So Peace drank, and Michael would have to tell her what he was asked. So this was how Peace got this information that Michael thinks this, because this is what they asked Michael. So now that day, and she already told me about this, because I winked at her. I was like, tell me later. This was on the day of the show, of the game. And she told me that same night, and I was like, wow, that's so disrespectful and like belittling, especially the fact that she makes it obvious that she likes him, because you guys were watching it. Those things just didn't come out my mouth. She does like him and she does like him. And obviously it's unfortunate her best friend also was talking to Michael and getting to know Michael. So everyone's different. If that was me and this was the same thing I was saying, I would exit myself from it and help my best friend, you know, do her with this new guy. Why would I also keep saying to my best friend, you know, I like him too, but she's telling me I like him? So it's like, you're not. Anyway, this is why I'm being dragged. And then we went into the executive lounge and we were speaking about boys and who we would date and not be able to date. And I got dragged for that as well, saying, you know, I said, oh, none of the guys in there were my type. Mentally, they're not. Like I want someone who would inspire me, you know, grow with me, teach me. I want to learn from you. None of the guys in the house are that, but I actually vibe with all of them. Everyone's got different personalities. I don't see any of them like that. Hence why I would never date any of them. So it wasn't about whatever I'm being dragged for. You know, at this point, I don't care. And then obviously, Peace had said, oh yeah, so we were talking about stuff and I said, oh, what do you guys think of Angel? And then Peace had mentioned, oh God, even that thing that Michael had said. So this is why the public thinks we just went up there and started talking. I don't want to know what, like, it's none of my business. And we're all just girls, just, you know, we never just drink during the day and just be away from the whole house. We were just trying to live and just have fun. No one was dragging Angel. We're just having conversations. And I'm sure Angel has conversations with people that she feels close to. If she's ever spoken about me, I don't know. Do I want to know? Probably not really. Because even when I had the altercation with her, I heard what she said. It didn't mean anything to me because she didn't really say much about me, you know. All she said was, oh, Maria does like Perry and she's just not, she's denying it and blah, blah, blah. So when they say I gossip and I dislike Angel and I'm jealous, it's just like, what show are you guys watching? Like, I don't get it.
We're looking forward to some clips probably being released in the reunion. Now, speaking of Perry, there's something I'm trying to place my finger on to get some clarification. Apparently you had left or he was having a conversation with GMK and another housemate. I don't know if you've heard about this, where he said some things
I heard
went
that
out between
yesterday.
Yeah, how did you feel about that?
None of that happened. And I mean, me and Perry spoke about this in the house because he mentioned it at a game. We were doing questions on the dining table and he said it already and I stopped speaking to him for I think 2 days or whatever, and he came over to me and said, I miss talking to you, like, what's up, what did I do, and blah, blah, blah. So I said, you're oblivious to what you did? And he was like, what, at least tell me. So I mentioned it. I said, why would you make up stuff like that, whether or not the game was just make up stuff? And like, basically the game is like, you just say crazy stuff that would make the person want to ask you like what, but they're not meant to look at you or even answer you. They're meant to listen to what you've just said, ignore that, and ask the next person sat to them something ridiculous as well. So if I said something like what he said, you know, out in the table, oh Maria, 2 nights ago, why did you let me X, Y, Z? So that would blow my mind because that didn't happen. So the rule of the game is you're not supposed to stop. You're meant to blank whatever.
No, you weren't there when he said this to those people.
No. So this is it, like, you know, certain clips are not shown and blah, blah, blah. So all of this before he even went to Angel and JMK, me and Perry had already had our conversation about this.
Oh.
He said it in front of me in the game. The game was going round and we were going around the table and he said, Maria, 2 nights ago, why did you let me X, Y, Z? So I was like, what are you talking about? And then he didn't say anything, and obviously I had to carry on with the game, and the whole table, everyone sat on the table.
Who came up with this game?
It's an actual, they taught me a lot of games in that house. I didn't know about.
Who started that game?
I can't remember.
So you're categorically stating that you did not have sexual relations with that man?
Sexual, God. No, now it's not sexual.
That's
apparently he said,
what,
is that sexual? No, nothing happened, no.
I mean,
100% nothing happened.
Because, you know, like I said,
and we
there's a lot of
spoke about it, so this is
and
what I'm like trying to, we did speak about it outside in the garden near the party door or whatever, and you know, Perry was looking at the camera and you know, he said, were you drunk? Are you, like, you don't remember? I was like, why are you doing this? Like, none of this happened, like, what is wrong with you? And he kept saying, Maria, it did happen, like, come on, stop doing this. Oh, you're so smart. I see what you're playing at. I was like, do you actually realize I have a thing outside of the house and you're like really damaging things for me? And he was like, oh, okay, do you know what? It never happened. I said, no, you can't just say it never happened because people have heard you several times. And he goes, well, that's what I'm trying to say. It did happen, but you're trying to make me lie in front of the viewers that it never happened. And I was just blown, and I looked at him and was like, do you know what? I don't want to be friends with you ever again. I don't know what your game is, and I don't want to be friends with you. And I walked away. And that was why I didn't speak to him for several days till Saturday. There's just this Saturday night party gone that he came to talk to me or whatever. We spoke, and he was like, oh, I'm going to dance with you. I was like, Perry, like, we might both go tomorrow. Like, let's just, I don't want to be friends with you. And anyway, I didn't want to embarrass him in the camera. So when he came over at the party to dance with me, we just danced, but nothing had changed on my part. And I didn't know whether he was going to leave that Sunday or if I was going to leave, and I left.
You know, I've got to say you have your work cut out for you on the outside from a PR perspective. But let's cut away from all of that. Talk to me, right? Going into the house and coming out, how much of yourself do you think has changed, either for the better or for like, how do you think you've changed? Do you think you're the same old person?
No. I don't even know what my life will become. Like, I still haven't had a grasp of everything. I don't know what's going to happen moving forward.
So what's on the horizon for you? Short-term and long-term plans?
Oh, definitely long-term. I mean, this is it now, right?
So what are your short-term plans, and then what are your long-term plans?
Short-term plans, obviously trying to get as much endorsements and like deals. I hope people reach out, or, you know, my management or whatever, you know, just making some money. And long-term, you know, I mean, I've done the research ages ago anyway, so I do want to, like, hopefully open up a daycare in Abuja, children daycare.
Really?
Hopefully do that and see how that goes, and just see what's next. And you just never know what happens with this platform, so I'm just hoping and praying for great stuff. And
any entertainment aspirations?
Yes, I hope so, because everyone, Marians are like, you have to, and I'm just like, okay then.
But do you want to?
I mean, I studied media and performance at university anyway, so I have been a drama queen all my life. Like, and I did live in Hollywood, in LA, for like a couple of months, because obviously I was looking for acting jobs, but this was when I was much young, after university, and they never came.
Yeah,
so I've always
tough.
wanted that, but I gave up that dream a long time ago. So whatever happens, happens. Do I want it? Yeah, why not? Definitely.
Okay, I like that. So any last words?
Thank you so much, Big Brother. Honestly, like, it's not cliche, but I'm overwhelmed still. I haven't, you know, come to terms with stuff, but thanks for the great platform, and I just hope and pray that things go well. That's all.
So definitely you're trying to get into the acting. And I usually do this thing where I give you a scene and you have to act it out.
No, we're not doing that. Definitely not happening. I'm so tired.
But you do look like, I'm not going to give you that scene today, but I'm looking forward to seeing you on the screens, you know, hopefully we...
Are you an actor?
I act like I know what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
But I can act like your boyfriend though.
Okay, we're not doing this.
We could.
We are not doing, oh my God, you're like the okras in the house.
I'm like the what?
Okra.
The okra.
You never watched the show?
The okras.
The boys were all labelled okras because they're
Why?
slimy. They never stuck to one girl. No girl could catch them. So
I have not,
you don't watch the show?
No, I'm saying that I have not expressed myself like this to another girl. So
you're
the boys don't stick
definitely
to,
an okra.
The boys
You
don't
are
stick to
literally
one.
an okra. We're not doing this.
I'm not.
You are.
I like to think of myself as meat, not like vegetable.
I'm done with this conversation. Well, you're not doing this. This is not the show. This is real life now. We're not doing this. Yeah. Oh, so you did watch the show then?
I did watch it, but like,
Okay.
I'm not like the other guys.
You're not actually, I believe you. I see it in your eyes. You're really calm and like...
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you can catch up with Maria, anything she's up to, by following her across her social media handles. It's on your screen right now. Mine is on there as well. Follow BBNaija across all social media handles. Also visit the website, www.BBNaija.com. Until I come your way next time, I go by the name of Chewy Chew. This has been...
Great. Maria TK.
I like the way you say that.
How am I supposed to say it?
Just the way you say it.
Cut.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Cut.